of PDP haven't satisfied the requirements of the law is hereby declared criminal.
Oh my goodness, people of Osun State, well done! I don't know if you guys are thinking what I'm thinking, but I think the people of Osun State have just sent a very loud, cryptic message to Nigerians and the Nigerian government. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, guys, so I don't know, but if you don't know it, it is no news that there has been a lot of rejoicing in town. People are excited over the latest win on the just concluded elections in Osun State. And guys, people are saying it looks like democracy is back. Into the Nigerian circle, and I'm super excited. A lot of Nigerians are excited, and I'm going to be sharing with you in this video all the things you need to know about the just concluded elections, which is actually the last elections for 2022 before we get into the new year. And of course, we expect the presidential election in 2023. If you don't know it, politics is currently big news in Nigeria because Nigerians are tired of everything going wrong. The youths have taken to the streets to say, you know what, we're tired of all this and we're ready to vote bad government officials out of their positions. And before we go any further with this, I have the full intel. I always promise that in my videos I share the full story. I give you my in-depth analysis and of course undiluted analysis, current, accurate, factual things that you need to look into when we talk about real-time stories and reality shows. And one of the things I do in this channel is to talk about real-time stories, trending topics, social issues. And basically, this is actually one of those social issues we should be talking about. People have been saying there is so much to learn from the Osun just concluded election. Before I go any further, I'd like to say, please join me. Thank you for joining me. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel already by clicking on the red subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me. What do you really think is like, how do you feel about this whole thing? What are your thoughts about the current political situation in Nigeria? This probably might look new to you guys, but politics is one of the things that I like to talk about because I feel if people talk about it, it will bring about accountability, and basically that is what some of the things that my channel is out here to preach. So thank you for stopping by. Yes, follow the channel, and of course let me know your thoughts. But before we go any further, please take a look into the things that has been going on so far. Just a little recap and I'll be back.
I'm so proud. We lit. But on a serious note, I need everybody out there to stay and protect your votes. You voted, Osun people have spoken. I need everybody to stay, protect your votes, mark your territory or wherever. The government and also us, we made sure that we have security around on ground. You can see my eyes, I never crash. So make sure we protect our votes. Come back out, go back to your polling units, and wait there till they count it, and make sure that everything is uploaded, and but we're looking good in more like a day.
Just like I said, people have been going wild about it. And if there is anything I'm going to tell you, I'll say one of the reasons why this just concluded election was very successful is because of what this young man, David Adeleke, let me use his real name, said. He was literally one of those people that came out to campaign for his uncle to get into the position of, getting it. And if you don't know why this story is really wild, it is actually wild because this same man, Ademola Adeleke, was one of those people who contested in the 2018 elections. And unfortunately, it was a stolen mandate. People have said that a couple of times. He literally said, alleges, because it's still going to be an allegation until proven right, that his mandate was stolen and given to the APC aspirant, which was back then and still is Boyiga Oyetola. So according to him, he won the elections, but it was rigged, it was taken, and it was given to an APC candidate. And so basically, if you don't know why people are excited, that is the back end story of why people are truly excited about the elections. Now, according to Davido, one of the things you need to do, protect your vote, protect your vote. He said that literally in his live sessions while that election was going on. And I think if there are things we need to learn from this election, I mean, there are four major things that I personally picked up. And I feel that if we can implement that into the bigger picture, we would definitely have democracy back in Nigeria. We will definitely be able to have the right to vote out and vote in the right candidates that we want in the country. People are really mad that things are not working well. People are frustrated. There are no jobs. There is no money. There is inflation, there is food scarcity, everything is just upside down. If you live in Nigeria, you don't understand that hardship it's like a normal norm right now in the society. So basically, four things that I feel is should be our take-home lessons from this just concluded election is that number one, we have to actually show up and actually monitor what is happening, because guys, if there is an ongoing monitor, like showing up is not enough. Yeah, showing up is like the number one, and people turned up. We saw, like, even INEC had to share the pictures of this old woman. We saw a lot of old octarians who actually came out to vote, and that is what it should be. I mean, people came out, people were excited, people were ready to vote. And so basically, I think that is it. So showing up is very important. The second thing, of course, is controlling and following up everything from the voting to monitoring how it's being counted. The truth is that when people show up massively, it is going to be impossible to rig or to do any scammy thing during elections. I mean, the third thing we need to really understand, the message behind it all is people have the rights. People have taken their rights back to themselves. People have decided to take the power they have and to use it against any government official that is not doing their job. It's just basically one of the cryptic messages. And of course, the fourth thing I'm really saying is that Nigerians are hungry for a change. And the truth is that if we're hungry enough for the change, we should be able to go out and get the change, because we saw people of Osun State demonstrate that hunger with their massive turnout. So before this whole win, I'm not gonna lie, he's been called the there were debates, there were of course campaigns, but some of the campaigns really got viral. We actually saw somebody who Nigerians know as Zazu Portable, who literally was campaigning for APC, and we also saw Davido, who was actually campaigning for the PDP. So these two people were the loudest with their campaign, and I think basically it actually helped in how the results ended up showing up. So apart from how they showed up, we actually saw that there was beef between these two people, getting paid and not getting paid. But anyways, we're just happy that the elections was won. It was peaceful. We did not hear that anybody died, and I think that's a big one. That's a big win for Nigeria, and of course the people of Osun State. Now, one of the things I need to also point out is that we didn't just have two people vote. When after this win, where is LP? Where is Labour Party started trending on Twitter? People were asking, where is Labour Party? People that were trolling the party and of course obedience were like, how come your party didn't show up? And I'm just going to be answering some of that questions. But before I talk about that, I think I'd like to talk about the debate that actually happened amongst the five governorship aspirants that was held, I think, courtesy Channels News. And of course we saw Boyega Ayitola there. We actually saw Ademola Adeleke there. So we saw the APC representative, we saw of course the PDP representative, and then we saw the Labour Party representative. And people literally were like, oh my god, what happened? Why didn't Labour Party win? And this is where I want to say something before I continue. I would say that we need to understand that we have to start selling personality over party. And I think that is the truth that Nigerians are beginning to realize, that it is not really about the party. Because if we start thinking about party, we're all going to end up in the same old story. We're going to be going back to the past that we're running away from. So truthfully speaking, I think the biggest take home from the Osun state is that personality is the biggest thing people look. I mean, it's seriously personal. The deal now, the big deal now is that it is personality over party. Whatever personality comes out that suits the job, that is going to deliver at the job, people will vote for the person irrespective of the party that he represents. So basically, that was like my largest take home. And so, like I said earlier, we had 5 governorship aspirants. We had Yusuf Lassun, and Yusuf Lassun was for Labour Party. We had Akin Ogumbiyi, and he was for Akin Ogumbiyi was representing Accord Party. And then we had the last from SDP, and his name was Oyegoke Omigbodun. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this well, pardon me, but yes. So there was this debate that actually happened. I took my time to watch that debate. I listened carefully, and if there is anything I'm going to tell you, out of the 5 governors, they were all, of course, had beautiful profiles. But the truth is that out of all of them, the only person that spoke in that debate, as if it was a debate, was Ademola Adeleke. He literally was the only person who challenged the sitting governor, and he was like, what happened to our helicopters? There's security. People were saying that Amotekun should be, empowered and all that. But he was like, you know what? He's going to empower them, but he needs to also ask about the helicopter that the state has. And at the end of the day, the sitting governor actually exposed that the helicopter has been down because they need 300,000. Yes, he said they need $300,000. I'm sorry. So according to the sitting governor, which is Oyetola, he said that the state needs $300,000 to be able to fix the helicopter. So that's basically why security has been a bit sketchy, and that he said that he's been hearing that people said that it's been sold, but it's not been sold. So basically, I think Ademola has a very beautiful personality. He's called the dancing governor. I mean, he is a senator, and he has a very loud social media presence. And I feel this is really what people want to see. People want to see public officers that can show themselves, that can sell their personality. And of course, we're also trying to understand that these people are not going to come and sell their personality and get to do the job and not do the job, because we actually have been seeing people like Agodai, say, Oga, hope you don't get there and forget what you need to do, because if you don't do well, we will use the power against you. So there's been so much tweets, but guys, I'm not gonna lie, one of the most interesting things that has happened is just the reactions from people. Of course, Davido has been celebrating, he has been sharing so much highlights on the win, but I'm not gonna lie, the thing that this election has triggered is it has triggered people from the southeast, because currently we have the people of Imo State and Abia State dragging some of their politicians. But precisely, let's talk about the people of of Imo State. You guys know that there's also the story of stolen mandates in Imo State, which actually has been a very, very loud one, which has actually increased the security challenges in the state. And so people have been calling out the sitting governor, and they're like, okay, you know what just happened in Osun State is like an Expo 101 on what is going to happen to you when it is time for us to use and exercise our rights. Guys, let me know your thoughts seriously in the comment section. And do you think people of Osun State are predicting what our future in politics in Nigeria it's all around, and it's going to be looking forward? I mean, let me really know your thoughts because these are some of the tweets that has been going wild, and I am wowed at what people are actually saying, because the truth is this is the reality of the Nigerian people, and Nigerian people are tired, and we're saying, you know what, enough is enough. All the bad politicians, you ready? Because we're going to sweep you off. We're going to sweep you out of office. So for people that have been saying Labour Party has not been, it's really not about party right now. It's all about personality. And you guys know that in my channel, I like to throw a lot of personality spotlights on people. I feel like the dancing governor the dancing governor-elect, has a history. Of course, he has a story of the stolen mandates. You know that one of the things that I like to do in this channel is to talk about stories, talk about the social issues around it, and of course, he has a past story. And of course, this is like a retaliation of, okay, you know what, it is time to get back my mandate. And then he is the person who sees that, you know what, I need to challenge this government. If I don't, we're not going to get it. So anyways, at this point, it is congratulations to the PDP for winning this state, and of course, a sorry loss for the APC team. And of course, to Nigerians, this is a big take home. If you have been able to take anything home, if you think we need to learn something from what has just happened in the just concluded elections in Osun State, please share your candid thoughts about it, and of course, let's all learn together. I thought to bring this to your notice. Thank you so much for your watch time. I'll be down there in the comment section, of course, having some reasonable conversation with you. You all know that this time is the time we all need to be a part of politics, of course, because accountability is needed in this sector like never before. Till I see you next time, it's Judy keeping it real as usual. And of course, at this point, I'm going to be doing a video about the controversial stories surrounding the 4 most popular party elects for the presidential election that is coming up. You definitely don't want to miss any of that. Turn on your post notification bell. Till I see you next time, it's still Julie keeping it real as usual. Ciao, ciao, guys.